Hey everyone, this is Miss Moriarty, and I'm here to discuss with us topic 3.3, which is all about survivorship curves. So remember, in our Unit 3, we're now talking about populations. And at the beginning of Unit 3, we are talking about strategies that populations of organisms take that are going to influence their growth over time. So far, we've talked about the differences between specialist versus generalist species, as well as R versus K selected species. We're now going to apply those same things to now survivorship curves. So a survivorship curve is usually depicted on a graph, and it shows us a line that tells us the survival rate of a cohort or a group of individuals of the same age in a population from their birth into their death. So usually we often see the age of the organism found on the x-axis and the survivorship on the y-axis. When looking at survivorship curves, the faster drop in line signifies a quicker die-off of individuals versus a slower drop in the line or curve tells us that those individuals tend to have longer lifespans. So a little bit more detail about each one. So starting with type 1 species. So type 1 survivorship curve type species are mainly K-selected type species. If you exhibit type 1 survivorship, you tend to have high survivorship early on in life, and this is due to high parental care at this period of time. Now, we start to see in the midlife, maybe due to the large size of the organism, maybe defensive behavior, whatever their niche may be, we can kind of start to see that level off. And then as that organism continues to age, we see a rapid decline in survivorship in late life. And so mostly mammals who fall under the category of K-selected are type 1 survivorship. Now, type 2 is a little tougher to determine. We kind of see a steady decrease of survivorship throughout the organism's life. And so, in some cases, R or even K selected species can wind up in this type 2 type survivorship. And then lastly, in type 3, that's going to mainly be R selected type species. And this is because, remember, those R selected type species provide little to no parental care. So we tend to see high mortality, low survivorship in the early stages of life of these types of organisms. Few tend to make it to midlife, but from there we kind of start to see a slow or steady decline in survivorship, and even fewer wind up making it to adulthood in this case. So some common examples of R selected species that exhibit type 3 survivorship would be things like insects, fish, and even some plants. All right, guys, that is it for topic 3.3, survivorship curves. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comment on Edpuzzle.